So, playing through the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm not done my second playthrough at this point, but I thought I'd kind of do a review on it since playing through it again. Give my thoughts. When this got announced, I was a little bit skeptical about it because, like, the remakes of video games, that's all we get. Hollywood is just constantly pushing out remakes. But my first time through, I was actually quite impressed with what they had done. First of all, the ability for your character to go into different buildings to get items, which is fine and whatnot. It was really cool because the original Silent Hill 2, you were kind of not able to do that for a lot of the areas there. I like the redesign of these areas that you go through. Um, the boss design, the added um, kind of elements of the boss fights there. The last boss fight's still a little disappointing, and Silent Hill 2, even to this day, like for its multiple endings there. I like Silent Hill 1 better. It's just a preference of mine. But all in all, Silent Hill 2 remake for the graphics and monsters and all that is pretty cool design. The controls are pretty much the same. And the whole thing is to try and avoid monsters, especially if you're playing on a harder difficulty, to conserve your ammo, which I do not in this run, as you can tell. um, and the melee combat, like punching them down with a pipe or a piece of board, which in this run I'm using my chainsaw, but it's because I'm going through the new game plus mode. Yeah, all good. Um, the negatives against the game is there could have been more creature variety because you're pretty much fighting mannequins, and I'm gonna call them condom creatures. The reason I say that is because that's basically how they designed these creatures in the Silent Hill movie. The behind the scenes, they actually took uh, rubber and pulled it over the stunt actor, and kind of like they're in the suit like that, and they have an earpiece and kind of like how they move and whatnot. It's cool. It's really cool, but that's why I call those kind of other creatures the condom creatures because they're that. Um, yeah, you don't get a lot of variety with the creatures, which would have been nice. Um, Silent Hill, well, at least the old games, kind of that was one of the nitpicks I had with it, where it would have been nice to have different types of minions about. Um, well, it is what it is. You get through it. Of course, you got the bugs, but the bugs are like minimal. They're meant to really, in these areas, kind of throw your radio off so that you don't see the mannequins pop out and all that. I get that idea. Um, some of the backtracking is a little slows the pace down. Um, especially like the prison where you have to like unlock all those specific doors with the weights and go into different areas. I get that to get to the hangman area. Um, the labyrinth. Actually, the labyrinth section of this game is vastly improved from the original design and much better because I absolutely did not like the Silent Hill 2 original labyrinth design. It was, I could be the graphics or whatnot, but I just didn't like the design of that. but I like this one in the remake how they changed that up. It's still annoying of a section, but it's still a lot better than it was. Um, the upside down, the where you get to the sequence, which you'll eventually see me get to, where you have the head thing that um, turns, and then the rooms turn, and all that is really really cool design there. Kind of figuring out that kind of puzzle there. That's going to be a pain, and I'm going to have to like Google some of that to figure it out. I had to do that the first time I went through because I got frustrated. Um, what else? The the weapons of choice there are the same. Um, I don't know if adding a new weapon would really help things because the whole point of you is to kind of avoid creatures as best you can. Turn your light off, especially when you're facing the nurses there because they go upon sound and stuff if you're trying to conserve your health and your ammo. The nurses are still quite tough. They're probably the toughest kind of minion in the game, but they only kind of show up in the hospital area a lot more, which obviously makes sense. Uh, but yeah, overall, Silent Hill 2 Remake is still a very good game, a very good remake. Um, they still retain that original horror feel, which is really cool. A lot of creepy elements still, um, and it works a lot. Now, I hope with the mentioned Silent Hill 1 remake that is rumored to be being made right now, I hope that they do that same love and same transition with that remake as they did with the Silent Hill 2 one, where they keep the core scariness and horror of the original game, but they add a little bit of elements here to kind of like, uh, creep you out in some parts that you didn't expect, and that's what was cool about the Resident Evil the Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, and I'll give a little bit to Resident Evil 3. It wasn't the greatest, but still, I play that game. I don't mind it too much. It's more of an actioner than anything, but Resident Evil 1 remake, especially on the GameCube, I remember added like some really uh, interesting horror elements that just pop, you know. Resident Evil 2 did the same, the Resident Evil 2 remake. And I hope that the announced possible Resident Evil Code Veronica fixes a lot to make that game actually better than the original because the original I played through it, but I just didn't care for it. I hope they fix a lot of elements in it. Like the gameplay was fine, but it was honestly boring in parts. I did not like the I can't remember his name. The kid you find. I wonder how in the remake they're going to do the Chris Redfield section there. Are they going to have it like the original game where it just transitions into that, or will you be able to play Chris's section first and then Jill? That'd be interesting if they did that, but I don't think they will. Anyway, I'm going off topic. I know I am. But Silent Hill 2 Remake, I do recommend for you Silent Hill players. If you have not played it, play this one. It's pretty cool. Um, for those that like the original PlayStation versions of Silent Hill 1 and 2, I think you will find that this remake has a lot to offer. And while I'm not done my second playthrough on New Game Plus there, it's just reflecting back on whether or not the second playthrough holds uh, excitement and entertainment. And it does. It does. There are still lots of creep factor in there. So I recommend Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's a fun game. You could play it on PlayStation and Steam. And despite some of its hiccups with the lag at times, it is a cool game. The cutscenes there, for some reason, they just seem to lag at times. I'll just put up with it. I skip them anyway. So anyway, there you have my review. Re-review, I should say.